there are several evidences of being there and being there longer. The longer you're there, the more noticeable the evidences are. So the evidence of this sustained alignment is a manifestation of emotion first, which you just feel good. You just feel lighthearted. You just feel eager, just for no good reason. You just feel eager about what's coming without even needing to identify specifically what it is that's coming. It's like you've pushed the reset button. You just wake up feeling good about life. That's that emotion. And then the next thing that comes, and often right on the heels of it, in fact, so intertwined with it that it's difficult to separate one from the other, like a sort of simultaneous realization. You not only feel good, but ideas flow to you. Ideas come, ideas that you have not had before. Now, this is a really important distinction that we want you to hear from us. Because it feels sometimes to you like you want the idea about what to do to come, the idea that leads you to the remedy, the idea that leads you to the result. We want you to be in love with the idea. Not for what the idea will produce, but for the vibrational content of the idea when it happens. If you heard that, then here we go. We want you to think the thought, not for the ulterior motive of the thought making something happen, but because the thought itself is life-giving in this moment. Our friend looked at a sunset, and we promise you, Source did not show that sunset. Source does not present that sunset. Source does not inspire your relationship with that sunset in order to get something else done. It's the sunset, and it's now. It's the moment of pleasure now. So when you get this, when you start realizing that everything you want is because you think you will feel better in having it, and then you begin to discover that the thought is the life-giving moment. The thought will lead to a thought, and that thought will be good too, and that'll lead to a thought, and that thought will be good too, and that'll lead to a thought, and that thought will be good too, and that'll lead to a manifestation, and that'll be good too. But it's the thought right now and the resonance of the thought right now. That's what life is, you see. So we're going to say it again. If you can release from your equation the ulterior motive of I'm thinking the thought in order to accomplish something that's coming, and instead devour the thought because it feels so good to focus on it, then you're back on track. Then you're. It's sort of like when you get into your vehicle to go somewhere. For most of the trip, you're not there. You're not there. You're not there yet. You're not there yet. But you're somewhere. And how do you feel when you're where you are? Are you irritated that you're not there? Have you got time shortageness and so you're anxious that you're not going to get there on time? Are you messing up your energy just for no logical reason? Or are you there? Are you there? Because when you're there, now you've got all this source energy saying, look over there. Think about this. Go this way. The rendezvous, the delicious, moment-to-moment, life-giving rendezvous are available to you in every moment of every day. And when you're taking pleasure from the thought, you're on that path, you see. So then you reach the place where, it's like one day Esther was dusting an etagere full of beautiful things that Jerry and Esther had gathered up from here and there and everywhere. Special things, Yadro and Sabina, and beautiful pieces of Czechoslovakian glass, and just different pieces that they'd found and savored and loved and placed. And now Esther is dusting it on this new shelf that they'd brought, a credenza that they'd brought, etagere that they'd brought home not long before. And as she laid her dust cloth on the very top shelf, she didn't realize that the shelves were sitting on little posts. And the shelf just slid off the post and crashed to that shelf, which caused crashing to that shelf, which caused crashing to that shelf. And so Jerry heard the crashing and called from the other room, stand still, because he knew she had no shoes on because she doesn't wear shoes. And so she stood there, and he came, and it was all around. And she didn't even have time to get her thoughts sorted out. And Jerry said, "Oh, good, something to buy." Oh, good, something to focus on. Oh, good, something to look for. Oh, good, another reason to focus. Because he knew it was the focusing that felt so good, not the finding it, not the buying it, not the bringing it home. It's something to focus on. It's not the possessing of it, it's the participating in it. Esther was writing notes to herself, and she said, "I don't own the moon. I don't even have exclusive rights to the moon. I just get to see the moon, and so does everyone else." As you begin to recognize that it's just you in vibrational relationship with everything, and that you can find a way of focusing on it so that you're feasting your eyes on it, so that you're feasting your senses on it, so that it's feeding you and giving back to you all the beauty that it is. And we're talking about beautiful things, and we're talking about things that some people would not call so beautiful, but they are all giving back to you something as you are feasting upon them, you see. And after a little while, you want to wake up every morning, and you want to get out there and see what's lined up for you. And you don't need to worry about it being so abstract that you don't understand it, and you don't need to worry about it being so all-inclusive that a lot of it won't please you, because you've been sifting and sorting, and you've told the vortex what you want. You have explained who you are. You've explained the kindness of your heart and the love of that which is your core. You've explained the specifics of the things that you find particularly beautiful. You've expressed to this universe in enough different ways the taste you have in everything. The taste you have, meaning the thing that feels the best to you. And so the universe knows, source energy knows, all these non-physical consciousnesses that are assisting you. We all know who you are and what you want with precise detail that you don't even have the ability to articulate. And when you take the time to get up tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, so that 30 days and 60 days and 90 days you're tuned to that high frequency, then you begin to experience the detailed interaction and intervention and co-creation and assistance that all of this energy gives you in just pointing out to you, you like that, look at it. You like that, look at that. Feast on this, feast on this, feast on this, you see. We are talking, and we are so appreciating your willingness to listen to us, because you have revved yourself by your participation with us into resonance and alignment with who you really are. And you are hearing what we're saying. Do you realize the importance of that? You're getting this. In this moment, as we are saying this, as we are knowing this, as we are expressing this vibrationally and verbally, you are getting this. You know this. You've stepped into that step 4 mode. You're not in the banging it around and asking for stuff mode. That was another phase of your life. You filled your vortex full of enough wonderful things to keep yourself busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. You care about your guidance system. You've come into consistent alignment with who you are. You've made your way here. You've accomplished step 1, step 2, step 3, and now you mean to hold yourself in more chronic alignment with the energy that creates worlds, to flow it toward the things that are important to you. Thank you. We think you can sort out the details of your action life with that kind of power behind you, you see. Really good conversation.
Thank you.
Really good. Yeah.